Oh, again, a follow up with the Billy Connolly story on the Takapuna, the lovely sailing ship Takapuna. Well, we actually carried on and we got to Whakaofo, and they were supposed to be expecting us. What a disaster it turned out to be, because we anchored the boat off the township, and they had a big inflatable with a 20-horse outboard, and we all went ashore. Billy Connolly wasn't on the boat, but Pamela Anderson was, along with a couple of crew members and myself. And I was supposed to be the guide. I was supposed to introduce them to the chief and everything else. And it was a big stuff up, because they were having one of their meetings in the big the main sort of the town meeting house, which was open-sided but had a roof over it, and everybody was sitting there with all the council of elders and God knows what. And I went along and, God, where is everybody? Where's the welcoming committee? And no, nobody came out. So I sort of crept up and I looked in and I said, what's up? And I was sort of made gestures, go away, go away. So I had to go back to the beach there and tell Pamela, it's the wrong time. And she was really, really, really pissed off with us. She's quite upset. And it's the sequel to that anyway. In her book, she ended up writing a book about the trip. And one of the headlines in the book was, told to fuck off at Whakaofo. But they had to come back the next day, and of course the villagers were a bit sort of apologetic and stuff. But Pamela certainly, I don't think she'll ever forgive them. But yeah, we had a day at Whakaofo, and Billy Connolly, myself, Pamela, and Billy and their daughter, the 16-year-old daughter, who's a lovely, lovely person, was a diver as well, and four of us went diving, scuba diving off the point. And I showed them the best place to go diving and stuff. And it was diving there was just incredible. It was just like an aquarium. The water visibility, you could see underwater about up to at least 40 meters, maybe 50 meters. You could see underwater horizontally. And I took them to this point, and we were only down about 10, 20 meters. And as what happens in tropical waters, the sharks came along. And this didn't impress the poor daughter. She had to get out of the water. And so I was quite obviously, we see sharks every dive. I mean, they're only little reef sharks about 2 meters long, and they don't bother you. But anyway, she was quite scared. But anyway, that was just another story. But the next place we went to after Whakaofo was Nukunono, the middle atoll, and we got a great welcome there. And everybody was out to meet us, and it was really, really good. And as a special occasion, the next day we got invited to go out on their boat inside the atoll and go to like an atoll within an atoll across the lagoon, which was about 3 miles across. And it was just like paradise. It was just a sort of a lagoon within a lagoon. And it was just incredible diving. The water was clear. There was palm trees all around us. And it was like the original paradise. This is it. Beautiful white sandy beach, fish everywhere, snorkeling. And then there was even a sort of a hole, a sort of like hole in the sand and the rocks. And it was water coming out. And I found out later, all sorts of fish were coming in and out of the hole. And this hole went down to a little tunnel that went out to the open sea. And the fish used to come and go from this from this tunnel. And it was amazing to see all the fish that would come and go have a look at us and go back again. But anyway, when we got back to the beach, the villagers had got our lunch ready. And what a lunch. We had fish they'd speared. They got a little fire going, and they were cooking these fish. We had squid. They were cooking squid, and they'd been up and they'd gone up to the and got some coconut crabs down the burrows, and they got these coconut crabs, and they were being roasted. Coconut crabs, fish, squid, and then of course they had some taro and some vegetables and other stuff that they brought with them, and it was just a feast, all on coconut matting. We sat around and had this beautiful feast, and a few cold beers, and it was a wonderful experience. And Billy will never forget that. And she said it was just like paradise. But that's about all I've got time for on this one. But that's the another part two of the Takapuna one. Okay, there we are. Bye bye.